Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the DHCP. This is called as the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and you all can see on the screen we are going to create a scenario. Under the scenario, we are going to add one router, and this router will work as a DHCP server, right? So first we are going to learn that what exactly the DHCP. So DHCP considered as the network protocol and which is specifically used to assign the IP address automatically, right? For this complete process, it has one pool. Under this pool, we are having multiple requirements like it requires the IP address, it requires the subnet mask, it requires the gateway, it requires the DNS server, right? So let's start to work with this. For this, I'm going to create one network. So under the network, I'm having two PCs. So this is all up to you how many PCs you are going to add under one network, right? So next two PCs I'm going to add for the next network. So then after this, I'm going to create one more network here. So each network, now I'm having three networks and each network having two PCs. So after that, I'm going to use the switch for connection of all the PCs under each network. Then one router, right? So which router I'm going to take for this process? So I'm going to take this process for this particular router for this process, right? So now it's time for the making the cables. Cable connection is very important. So I'm going to add this, right? So then again, I'm going to switch under a first line. So these are the two pieces. So you can see that the connections with the faster Ethernet, right? So again, this is also having the faster Ethernet. Let's see under the second number of LAN also. So the next one is this. Again, I'm having this. So my three networks have been created, and these three networks for the connection through the router, right? So I'm going to connect this to the connector. Let's start the output. For this, I require to add the ports under the laptop. So I'm going to add ports in this one. Oh, I need to make it up first of all. So now I need to add. Set it on laptop. Now then, the connection can be done with this or not. Yes, it has been done. So you can see this is the one pointer and this is the faster one, right? So now it's time to prepare a router for the DHCP according to the DHCP. So my router work as a DHCP server now. So what I have to do, I just simply click over here, then go to the command line interface. Then I just simply enter this. So now this time I'm here under the user execution mode. So what I have to do, just simply enter the enable. This is the first command that I required. Now this moved or shift from user execution to the privilege mode. For this, I required config terminal. So you can use the complete name even terminal or T. It automatically will work. So now I'm under the global configuration mode, and under this, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to change the name of my router with the help of the host name. I'm going to mention the name of my router is DHCP server. So you can add any name for this. This is all up to you. So after that, you can find out that DHCP server name is reflecting here instead of the router. Now, I need to first, I just want to tell you that, let me close this first, minimize this. So under this, I'm having, this is my network 192.168.1.1. So I'm going to assign this IP address to my this fast Ethernet 0 by 0. In the same way, I'm going to assign the IP address that is 192.168.2.1 for my second network. So this is my second network. This is complete my second network, and the IP address for this network is 2.1. In the same way, I'm having the third one. So third one is 192.168.3.1, right? So I'm going to add this 3.1. So you can see now I'm having three different networks. One is a 1.1, second is 2.1, the third one is your 3.1. So it's time for my configuration. So let's start with this. So what I have to do, I just simply assign the IP address to my first LAN, right? So first, what I have to do, interface, console interface, there is one interface. This is F, fast Ethernet, it's automatically be reflect. So you can see that 0, 0 by 0 by 0, right? So this is my 0 by 0 by 0 is this. Let me check, there is a space, I think. No. So what's the error now? Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Yes, it's 0 by 0, not 3 times of the 0, right? So assign the IP address. This is the complete command. So 192.168.1.1 with subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So after that, now IP address has been assigned on the fast Ethernet 0 by 0, right? So I just simply add no shut. No. Again, I'm going to change, assign the IP address to my, first we are going to create for this 0 by 1. So in this way, now it's time to assign the IP addresses. So IP address for this is 2.1, 2.1 space 255.255.255.0. So I think you all aware with the subnet mask. Here we are getting the 3 times of the 255, right? So we all know that this is a class C address. That's why I just simply mentioned this. After that, no short. Now, what I have to do, I have just simply assigned the IP address to my fast Ethernet 0 by 0, fast Ethernet 0 by 1, right? So now it's time. What I have to do after this complete process, I require to apply the one command to check it out that the interface assigned by interface IP address assigned by me is actually reflecting on this the router or not. So int. So yes, we are having 3 different connections under the router, but I have assigned IP address to the only 2. So you can check it out that Ethernet 1/0 is not assigned by me. So I just simply assign the 1.1 and 2.1. You can assign for the third one even, right? So next one is, now in time, I just going to assign the IP address automatically with the help of the DHCP. So what next I have to do? So I need to exclude 2 IP address or 3 IP address for the assignment, right? So 2 means what? I have already assigned these 2 here. So these 2 IP address not be assigned to the IP address, your PCs. So I have to exclude this. What command we require to use for this to exclude of this? So exclude it. That is 192.168.1.1. So this is the one command which is specifically used for this. That is IP DHCP exclude address 1.1. So I have excluded this. So again, I want to exclude the 2.1. So just keep it in mind that I have assigned only 2 IP addresses, not third one. So you can see here, interfaces unassigned is already mentioned here. That is Ethernet 1/0. You can assign it. To make a difference, that's why I have not assigned for that. So I have excluded 1.1 and 2.1 here, right? So it says that what next step? I need to assign the network address. I need to activate the pool. And now the pool would be like start DHCP that pool for what? 192.168.1.1. I need to create the pool for the 1.1. So I just simply enter the command that is IP DHCP pool that is 192.168.1.1. So I need to mention the network address even. So I just simply add the network 192.168.1.0. When we do the subnetting, we learned that 1.0 is a network address. We assign this 1.0, 2.0 specifically for the network address, right? So I have done with this. So this is the next step. Now I just simply default router with the IP address that is 192.168.1.1 that already assigned. So DNS server space 8.8.8.8. Router spelling we done now. Router that is 192.168.1.1. Now it's correct. Yes. So now it's time for the DNS server. DNS server that is 8.8.8.8. Find this, then exit. Now I'm going to exit from this, right? So what I have done, I just create the pool where I have assigned the network address, router address, then your DNS server address. This is for the 1.1. Now it's time for the 2.1. So what I have to do, so I just simply need to create the pool for the, for the 2.1 event. So right, you can type, you can get in this field 2.0 space 255.255.255.0, right? Now it's time for the routers. So this is for the 2.1 that we have done. Now it's time for the DNS server. So DNS server again. Now it's time for the exit. So I have done with the pooling, I have excluded the networks and even I have done with the, the fast Ethernet IP addressing. So I'm just going to close this. It's time for to click here. That my requesting for the IP addressing. So here you can see that automatically your PC address, your subnet mask, your default gateway reflecting DNS server along with this and reflecting on the screen, right? So it's closed. Now it's time for this PC. Let's check it out. So yes, it's has been done. The process. So now it's time here. Okay. So you can check it out that how DHCP works and automatically assign the IP address instead of manually assignment of the IP address. How it's trying to make a connection that my PCs are communicating with each other with the help of this one. What's on next? Yes, the successful has been done. So communication has been done. So under this scenario, I have just mentioned the three different networks, but assign the IP address only for the two different networks, and one is still pending. You can add third one, and then you can make a connection for the complete one. Even you can find out the difference that these two networks has been connected, and the IP addressing has been done, and the connection with the fast Ethernet connection with that is green. Green, it says that your network is good, well communication. under the goodwill communication. And the second one, you find out that red color is mentioned here, right? So it says that you require to mention this event. So for this, thank you so much, everyone, who watched this. Thank you.